Work-related communications coming through. Ruth, it's about the contract with A Company. You know, the one you were responsible for managing? They pulled out and the contract got aborted.
It got what? Why would they do that?
Don't tell me you're surprised. It's obviously because you're incompetent. That was such an important contract to this company. I mean, really. Talk about the mother of all screw-ups. How do you plan on taking responsibility?
Kimberly, I'm really sorry, but I need to make this clear. I was in charge of that project and responsible for all communications between our company and that client. There hasn't even been so much as a hint of a problem until now. Why would they pull out all of a sudden?
Listen, Ruth. I've been holding back so as not to upset you. But shall I just come out with it?
Not to upset me? What is this, kindergarten? How can I understand the situation if you don't tell me? Anyway, something doesn't quite sit right with me. Why didn't they contact me about the cancellation of the contract? Why you, when you never had anything to do with that project to begin with?
Oh, I give up. You're just too dim-witted. That's why there's no hope for you at this company.
Excuse me?
If you don't even take the time to consider what a client might be thinking, or what kinds of things they might expect from us as a company, or what kind of alterations they might like to see made, how do you expect to get anywhere in this business? This is probably why you're suffering from that strange illness of yours.
Strange illness?
What was it again? Appendicitis?
Ulcerative colitis.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Listen, Ruth, when you become an adult and enter society, you have a responsibility to properly look after and manage your own health.
My illness has nothing to do with whether or not I'm looking after myself properly. It's genetic. Besides, don't change the subject. What does my illness have to do with the cancellation of this contract? I'd appreciate if you kept your comments about my health to yourself, given it's got absolutely nothing to do with you.
Because you're defective.
What?
The client said they had to abort the contract because they didn't feel comfortable doing business with someone who they felt could collapse at any moment. You have to admit, it's too risky from a client's perspective to be engaged in negotiations with someone so sickly and diseased.
If that's true, why would their first move be to pull the plug on the project entirely instead of requesting a change of personnel? You're saying the contract itself got cancelled, aren't you? Why couldn't someone like, say you for example, have just stepped in as a pinch hitter to save the project and ensure all of this time and resources that went into it thus far weren't a total waste?
Why would I know? Do I look like a mind reader? All I know is that the client said they can't do business with us anymore. Why are you clinging to them so desperately now they're gone? It was all your fault. Maybe if you made some effort not to be so sickly, they wouldn't have left us in the first place.
If my illness genuinely was the reason they backed down, then I can only apologize.
Unfortunately, this isn't the kind of problem that goes away with a mere apology. Why don't you take a long, hard think about the damage you've done to this company? And take responsibility accordingly?
Yes, understood.
Not understood. What are you going to do? I want detailed suggestions, proposals, a plan of action. How do you intend to make up for this?
I'll work to the best of my ability to undo my failure and bring the client back.
Wrong answer. What you really need to do is have more awareness of your status as sickly, dead weight at our company. And accordingly keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, and work silently in the background where you can't cause any further problems. If that's too hard for you, I think you'd make for an excellent coffee girl. I take milk and 2 sugars. If even that's too difficult, I suggest you start sleeping with the right people, because you're doomed to a future of failure and disappointment if you rely solely on your ability to actually do the job. You're an incompetent fool, and everyone knows it. Ah, you're leaving my messages on read. How mature. Sulking, are we? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The moment things become a little inconvenient for you, you bury your head in the sand, even going as far as ignoring your direct superior. You really are beyond help. If I'm honest, I'd rather you just resigned.
Good morning, Kimberly. I'm in the middle of a job right now, so I can't talk on the phone. Can I help you with something? Wait, shouldn't you be in the office already?
How dare you? Do not screw me around, Ruth. What lies have you been filling the boss's head with?
What do you mean? Lies?
Don't play dumb. I know exactly what you did. When I pulled into the car park and tried entering the staff door like usual, the company president was stood there blocking my way. He told me never to show my face at work again. No, he didn't just tell me, he yelled until he had goddamn steam coming out of his ears.
Oh, wow, that sounds rough. I did hear the boss can be a bit passionate at times. That's probably the reason he was able to build such a successful company, though.
I don't give a damn about that. All I can think of is that you went up and said something to him. Why else would he fire me? What did you do? Tell me.
I didn't do anything at all. All I did was head out this morning to apologize for losing the contract you told me about.
What?
Think about it. If a project collapses and it's your fault, don't you think offering a sincere apology and requesting the decision be reconsidered after promising to do better is the right and reasonable thing to do? That wasn't just my project after all. People from various departments were involved, and lots of hopes and dreams were pinned on it.
Huh? You went to see the client directly?
That's right. I swallowed my pride, got down on my knees, and apologized. Their project manager rushed out immediately when he saw what was going on, and explained the situation to me in minute detail. Everything, Ruth. I know. You tried stealing that contract from me, didn't you? You lurked in wait for Mr. Grant, the project manager, in the office car park, and waited until he finished his meeting. Then, when he got out, you basically forced him to go to dinner with you. You did nothing but badmouth me at the restaurant. Then, when you thought you'd trashed his opinion of me, you started trying to convince him of what a talented and reliable employee you are, Mo. Have you no shame? Then, to top it all off, you invited him to stay the night at a hotel with you. He described his feelings at the time of a complex mixture of shock, disgust, and terror. Being so desperate to go home at that point that he'd do anything to get away from you, but at the same time wanting to avoid handing you the project at all costs. He did the only thing he could think of and proposed aborting the contract entirely. Here's the key point though. He didn't actually want to, but you, feeling you had the ammunition you needed, launched your full frontal assault on me and came up with whatever lies it took to have me held responsible. Even putting it mildly, you're a disgrace. Don't worry though, I already told the section manager everything. Based on what you just told me, it seems like word of what you did made its way into conversation with the president.
Why, you really shouldn't have done that. Mark my words, you won't get away with this. I'll make you regret it if it's the last thing I do. Prepare yourself, Ruth. There is a storm coming.
Do what you like. Just make sure you don't do anything to cause any further trouble for the company. You might have been fired, but this company's done a lot for you, so I hope you've at least got the decency to spare them the nuance of your little revenge campaign.
Ruth, long time no see. Is now a good time? I have some news for you.
What?
You're gonna love this. Wait for it. I got married!
Oh, that's nice. Congrats.
I'm the happiest I've ever been. Listen, Ruth, I've been doing some thinking and I feel so guilty about the trouble I've caused you. I just wanted to take this opportunity to apologize.
Oh, if it's about the contract, don't worry. I'm already over it.
No, not that. Something else. I stole your fiancé.
My fiancé? Who do you mean when you say my fiancé? I'm not engaged to anyone. I've been happily married for a long time.
WTF?
Wait
a sec. This can't be. You're joking, aren't you? Or you're lying because you're so angry. Yes, that must be it, lol.
It's not a joke and it's not a lie. I'm married, which means I have a husband. Which means I'm not engaged, which means I don't have a fiancé for you to steal.
Aha, that's it. I bet you've already had word from him about the engagement being broken off, haven't you? I bet you're sat reminiscing over old photos and crying your eyes out as we speak. Look, I get it. I'm probably the last person you want to admit your heartbreak to. You won't be the only one crying at this rate. You're so pathetic, I think I almost feel sorry for you, lol.
You must be making some kind of misunderstanding.
I'm not misunderstanding anything. I know he's your fiancé. He approached me while I was crying on my own at the car park. On the day the president fired me outside the office, He really is a wonderful man. He could see I was upset and asked me if I needed someone to talk to.
That's all well and good, but I don't see how you go from that being dead certain this randomer from the car park is my fiancé.
He told me, of course. He said he came to the office to drop something off his fiancée left at home. But he said he just couldn't bear to see such a pretty girl crying and not say anything. I figured out he was your fiancé. Well, we were chatting over a coffee in a local cafe. I'm sorry to say this, but he said he found me much more attractive than you, and that I gave him butterflies in his stomach of the kind he hadn't felt since he was a teenager. Things between us began moving really fast after that. We went to bed together that night, and before we knew it, we were discussing marriage. It was then I knew I'd found my soulmate.
He sounds like a scammer.
Huh?
Yep, a marriage scammer.
What? Don't be so ridiculous. A marriage scammer, what even is that? Make some sense, woman. We are soulmates. Are you jealous? Is that it?
Kimberly, it seems like your desire to take revenge on me is clouding your better judgment and impairing your ability to think rationally. That's the most obvious marriage scam I've ever heard of. Did he ask you for money at any point while he wasn't whispering sweet nothings in your ear? Let me guess. Something like an advance payment on the wedding costs, which he empathetically promised he'd give you back later?
Huh? How did you know? Yes, he did. But that's hardly unusual. Things are moving really fast between us, so he probably didn't have the funds to get the ball rolling at a moment's notice. This is just how whirlwind romances are.
Oh, no. You'll never see that money again. I'm pretty familiar with this scam because I had a friend who very nearly fell for the same one a while back. Luckily, she realized what was going on and backed out at the last minute. You, however, such a shame.
I'm actually embarrassed for you, Ruth. The lengths you'll go to hide your heartbreak over having your fiancé stolen are bordering on tragic. Please salvage what remains of your dignity by gracefully admitting defeat. Yes, that's right. You lost, and I won.
I can repeat myself if you like. I'm already married. My husband's abroad on business right now. But I can send you some pictures of us if you like.
Oh, please, stop it, Ruth. You can't seriously expect me to believe someone like you could bag yourself a husband. What man in his right mind would have an interest in a sickly little creature like you?
We were classmates in high school. We were friends since long before I fell ill. He confessed his love to me after I got my diagnosis. He said the illness was irrelevant to him, and he wanted to be with me because he loved me.
Wait a sec. What? So this guy I'm engaged to really isn't your fiancé?
Yay, you finally got it! This is kinda what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
I just tried to call him. He won't pick up. What should I do? Help!
Not my problem.
What? You mean you're not going to help me? This is all your fault. The least you could do is give me some advice. Take responsibility for what you have done.
What? This is my fault? So let me get this straight. First, you tried to steal my contract back when you still had a job and failed miserably. Then, you tried to steal my fiancé, assumed, and failed miserably once again. Is that a fair summary? To top it all off, suddenly I'm the one who's responsible somehow? Really gets the neurons firing. Would you mind explaining which part exactly is my fault? I'm drawing blanks here.
Don't twist the facts. I want my money back. $40,000 directly into my bank account now.
Nope. 40K though. Wow, he took you to the Gleaners. It's time you learned how to take responsibility for your own actions, Kimberly.
Fine, you win. I'll apologize for what I did. I'm sorry for everything. The contract, trying to steal your fiancé, everything. Can I just have my money back? Please? Not only did he take my entire bank balance, I don't even have a job anymore. How am I supposed to live?
Go back and live with your parents then? Or you could, I don't know, find a new job? In any case, I have zero obligation to help you.
Please stop talking like that. We used to be coworkers. Ruth, I'm begging you. Ruth!
We used to be coworkers? That's literally the least compelling plea for help I've ever heard. Anyway, I'm sure you'll figure out a way to fix this on your own. After all, you were always super talented at getting yourself out of difficult situations, weren't you? By sleeping with the right people? After that, Kimberly started showing up outside the company office every day, lurking behind cars until I clocked off, at which point she would jump out yelling expletives and harass me relentlessly. However, she was eventually spotted by our notoriously passionate and at times hot-headed company president. He reported her to the police, who came down immediately and bundled her into the back of a car. Apparently, her spirit was so crushed when hit with the reality of what her life had become, she broke down in tears in the police car and was inconsolable by the time she reached the station. Eventually, she somehow or other managed to pull herself together and went home with a caution, promising never to go near me ever again. However, sources tell me she's still vigilantly watching and waiting, biding her time until another opportunity to take her revenge on me presents itself. Rumor has it she's applying for jobs with every one of our competitor companies and hopes to somehow leverage that as her angle to teach me the lesson she's convinced I deserve. The irony is, if she'd just reflect on her own actions for a moment, she could learn the lesson she needs to learn. Let go of her hatred and move on with her life. Will she? I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, in more important news, I found out I was pregnant last month. I left the company when I got the news and decided to move abroad to be a stay-at-home housewife for my husband. So the whole thing with Kimberly is as good as ancient history to me now. I'm just praying I'm not unfortunate to bump into her in the street before my flight.
Angie, I can hear the baby cry from here. Can you not make him quiet already?
I'm sorry, Jenna. He's been very cranky.
Why haven't you figured out how to stop your baby from crying? He cries all day. I should have kicked you out of the annex when Corey left for his assignment in Europe.
I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best.
Ugh, you're so dumb. Also, you haven't been cleaning the house well since you had your baby. Your cooking is also boring now. You shouldn't be slacking off on your chores.
Sorry. But it's very hard taking care of the baby and doing all the chores. Without Corey, I have to take care of the baby on my own, so I don't have enough time.
I wasn't asking how hard your life is, was I?
Can you please help with the chores just for a little while? Please?
Hell no. You and Corey handle everything around the house, while I let you live in the annex. That was the deal. Why do I have to do anything to help you?
I can't do everything on my own, Jenna.
Yeah, right. You're just being lazy because your husband is not around.
That's not true. Don't you get it? I'm raising my first child on my own. I haven't even had the time to rest my body after having him.
Stop making up excuses. I will not allow any laziness in my house. I don't care if you just had your baby or not.
Fine. I will handle the chores. But please don't get angry if the baby cries.
I usually don't mind my family's baby crying, but yours? Ugh, your baby crying is just annoying.
But my son is also your family?
I can't think of him as one, because he is yours. I don't even find him cute.
What?
So don't make him cry. I'm losing my mind listening to him scream all day. Next time I hear him cry inside the house, I am going to ask you to leave the building.
Jenna, I didn't know you don't recognize us as family.
Why would I? You are worthless.
Why did you let us live in the annex in the first place then?
It's simple. Because you work for a big firm.
Huh?
Your pay is quite good, isn't it? Added with Corey's salary, that's a lot of income.
Well, higher than average, I guess.
So I thought my life would become easier if I let you live here. You two would pay for everything and handle all the chores. That's the only reason why I said yes.
I see. If I didn't work for a big firm, you wouldn't have agreed for us to live here. Is that what you're saying?
Duh. But then Corey had to leave to Europe for his long-term assignment. And now I'm stuck with you and the baby. This wasn't part of my plan. I will have you pay every penny for making me go through this stress. Angie, what are you doing now? Are you home?
Yes. I'm done with cleaning soon.
Perfect, then. Can you clean the guest room as well? Make sure to open the windows to let fresh air into that room. You will also need to change to fresh bed sheets.
Are you having a guest over?
My daughter is coming.
Emily is. Okay then. I will clean the guest room. How long will she be here?
She's not visiting. She's going to live with me. I only have the guest room available right now, so she will have to stay there for the time being.
Wait. What do you mean she's living with you?
She got a divorce recently, so she is coming back.
A divorce?
Things weren't going well with her ex-husband.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they got along well.
I guess we only see the surface of a relationship. Apparently they haven't spoken in over a year. And she was being bullied by her mother-in-law.
I see. It must have been hard for her.
I guess so. But it's all good. She should be getting loads of money from the divorce. Rather than continuing with the difficult marriage, she gets money and freedom at the same time. Isn't that great?
Has she gotten that much money?
Yes, she should have. Her ex-father-in-law runs a company. And they also own a giant estate in California.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Their house is like a castle. And Emily's ex also runs several companies, so he is loaded.
Wow.
They didn't sign any prenuptials when they got married. So she should have gotten enough money via divisions. I wouldn't mind getting a divorce at all if I were her.
They are real celebrities. I can't even imagine the kind of money she's gotten.
I bet it's a lot. Like millions.
Millions?
It's not just one company he owns. Plus, he has properties. Maybe she got enough to get by for generations.
If it were millions, perhaps. But if she has that much, how come she's living with you?
What? What the hell do you want to say?
I just thought it's hard for her to live with you when she has enough money to get by on her own. I mean, if she has that much, she can get a house easily. Why has she decided to come live with you?
Because she is sweet and wants to take care of her elderly mother. She has always been since she was a child.
Just to confirm, she's not living with you temporarily. She's actually going to stay here for good?
Yes. I am happy I am able to live with my daughter again. This life with my annoying daughter-in-law has been so suffocating.
Right.
What? Do you have a problem?
No, I don't. I just find it very sudden.
So? What's the big deal if a daughter decides to live with her mother?
Nothing.
I bet living with her is even better than living with Corey. We share the same values, so we get along.
Yes, I know you two are close.
So much better than spending time with you. Anyway, so that's what's happening. Make sure you are not rude to Emily. She had a rough time with her divorce, so she needs to be treated with care.
Okay.
You might be older than her, but you will not act bossy to her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perhaps I will ask her to remodel the house when she's back. I'm sure she has enough money to take care of it. Oh, I'm so happy she will be here soon.
I'm happy for you.
She said she will be here by next week. So have the room ready for her and make sure the room is spotless.
Hi, Jenna. Do you know if the lock of the front door is broken? I can't open the door with my keys.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, just now. The clinic was very crowded.
Oh,
So about the keys. Do you know why they won't open?
why? Because you are not welcomed in this house anymore.
Huh?
Emily is coming home tomorrow, so you are no longer needed here.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about?
I'm saying you don't belong here anymore. I gathered your stuff, so take them and go. They are in the shed in the garage.
You can't be serious. I knew you didn't want me here. But you can't just kick me out all of a sudden. Where am I supposed to go?
Well, boo-hoo, I'm sorry, but my daughter is coming back tomorrow. She will need a place to live.
So I prepared the guest room for her.
She can't stay in that tiny room forever. She needs more space if she is staying. You can tell Corey we decided not to live together anymore. As long as I have Emily, I don't need you to.
Fine, I understand.
You do? That's great! I can finally get rid of you and live elegantly with my rich daughter.
Live elegantly? I really don't think that will happen.
Funny. I didn't know you can be so jealous.
No, I'm not. I just believe that things won't go as you wish.
What the hell are you talking about? Ugh, you're so annoying. Always have been and always will be. I am done with you already. Can't you just go?
I will go immediately. But no matter what happens from here on, don't think Corey or I would help you in any way. Not after you've kicked me and my son out like this. We refuse to be involved with you in any kind of way.
Me ask for help? There is no way. And don't you ever come asking for money to me or my daughter.
Of course not. And you probably won't end up with money anyway. As you wish, I'm leaving now.
Angie, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, what is it, Jenna? I thought we agreed not to be involved with each other anymore.
Well, things have changed. I have a favor to ask.
No.
I haven't even asked yet. I'm desperate here.
You said you were done with me. Don't you remember saying that when Emily was moving in with you?
About that. We have an issue.
So you didn't get what you wanted after all. Emily didn't have any money, did she? See, I told you things weren't going to go as you wish.
Did you know?
I've heard rumors.
She got kicked out with nothing. We don't have any money.
So I've heard. That's so unfortunate.
It really is. It's ridiculous. They have so much money and yet don't give her a ridiculous. We have to sue them. This is not fair.
I see. Good luck.
Don't be such a stranger. You have to help. We want to hire a lawyer.
I will pass. I don't want to waste my money.
Waste? We are doing this to gain money.
Even if that was so, there's nothing Corey and I can do to help. Bye.
Oh, wait. Once we win money from them, we will give you your share. So you need to pay for the lawyer.
Hell no. You won't get any money.
Of course we will. Do you know how much they have?
Jenna, let me ask you. Do you even know why Emily got kicked out without a penny?
Not really. I asked her, but she won't tell me.
Because the divorce was her fault.
Her fault?
Emily was the reason for everything. She was abusing her ill mother-in-law.
Huh?
Read again. She was abusing her mother-in-law.
What the hell are you talking about? She was the one being bullied. That's what she told me.
She probably lied to you so you would take her in. Her mother-in-law has Alzheimer's. Emily was beating her and giving her rotten food behind her husband's back, and was using up his money to spoil herself.
That can't be. She would never do anything like that.
It's true. They have proof. Her mother-in-law ended up in the hospital.
What proof?
Her husband became suspicious of why his mother was always bruised, so he set up surveillance cameras in the house. It captured Emily physically abusing her. Her husband kicked her out as soon as he found out.
No. That's why she didn't get anything? Still, there should be divisions.
I'm sure that's usually the case in any divorce. But it looks like Emily had to agree not to get anything.
What? Why?
Because he was going to report her to the police. They agreed that she will not receive anything in exchange of him not reporting her to the police. That was the deal.
Police? He's overreacting, isn't he? I'm sure she was just playing around with her, right?
Playing around? Jenna, I said her mother-in-law was hospitalized and bruised. Emily was violently abusing her. She can easily be charged with assault.
It could have been because the lady was clumsy and just fell.
No, it was Emily. She also had food poisoning. Because Emily was giving her rotten garbage to eat. Don't you see it could have killed an ill and weak person like her?
This is all a lie. I don't believe any of it.
Her husband was outraged, but he was nice enough to settle. On top of not reporting her to the police, he also agreed not to sue her. She only had to agree not to receive any divisions.
Oh God, no. Will she really not get anything then?
Probably not.
What has she done? She has made me look like a fool.
You got excited a bit too quickly there. So now you know why we will not be helping you. Good luck if you still want to pursue them for some cash. But I wouldn't recommend it if you want to keep your daughter out of jail.
She never told me anything. She only said she wanted to be with me after going through her divorce. I had no idea she had done something so stupid. I wouldn't have agreed to live with her if I knew she had no money.
Too bad you can't have that elegant life you hoped for. Well, good luck living with her.
No, I don't want to live with her anymore. I've been paying for everything since she'd been here. If she has nothing, then she is just a burden to me.
Oh? She is just like you, though. You bullied me all along. Made us pay for everything while we were living the annex. I'm sure you two will get along.
When did I ever bully you? Don't be silly.
Excuse me? You began to insult me the moment Corey left for Europe. You said you don't consider me and my newborn son a part of your family and kicked us out ruthlessly. You don't think that is bullying?
Well, that was... I was just playing around with you.
Cut your crap, Jenna. You called me dumb, useless, worthless. The list goes on forever.
I admit I went a little sorry. I didn't mean any of it.
Thank you for apologizing. I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, so we're good? Will you come back and take care of your elderly mother-in-law? I will ask Emily to leave immediately.
No. Corey and I have made a decision a while ago to cut all ties with you.
Why? I need you to. I won't be mean to you anymore, I promise.
I said no. There is not a chance I will let you use me again. You should let Emily stay so that you have company. You don't have anyone else anyway.
Please. I don't have enough money to get by. There's no way I will survive with her.
I'm sure you will figure something out. I have nothing to do with you. But I am glad you kicked me out. because I finally got rid of you and can live peacefully with my family now. Unfortunately for Jenna, her daughter, Jobless, has been staying like a parasite. The last I've heard, the two live off on Jenna's very little pension money. After the final conversation I had with Jenna, she found out that Emily was also in debt. When Jenna began to receive reminders and notices in the mail, she freaked and reached out to us. By that time, we had already blocked her from contacting us. We recently heard she is still looking for us, asking our relatives about where we might be. Her poor neighbors can hear Jenna and Emily screaming at each other all day. And it's apparently every day. I'm sure Jenna is regretting that she made decisions based on her selfishness to want to live off of other people's money. I was shocked when she actually kicked me and my baby boy out. But I'm glad I was able to get away from her. I plan to live peacefully with my husband and son, without ever seeing her again.